Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. We are live. How is everybody doing today? Yay! I am actually kind of happy. Last week you didn't see me because number one, I was a little busy doing some interviews, some Zoom interviews, which means basically I stay home and I do video interviews from home. I've got an interview tomorrow. Possibly for a new, hopefully I do well in this interview and I get the job. I'm looking for full-time work, so that's that. I got three new things in. This one was last week. This is called Wrath of the Dragon. So this is a romantasy, and I subscribe to a new bookish subscription. It's called Allurial. It is brand spanking new, so I got that in. And if you guys want to look at this, this is what it is. Is you buy it, and then it comes in a beautiful subscription. So you got the beautiful inside. You see this beautiful thing in there, and you got this in there. I used to love to read. If anybody knows, I used to have a book blog back in the day. And then you look at this, the inside cover. The bookmark and the stickers came with the subscription box. But look at this beautiful, beautiful map in the back, right? Then you got beautiful sprayed edges on it. This was like the introductory price is $21.99 because they give you a special, but after that it's like $30. So you do that, right? So I put that in there. And then in the back cover, they got a back here, which is just as lovely. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? When I see this, I'm reminded of Game of Thrones with the how many dragons? 1, 2, 3, 4 dragons here. So then you see this man and this woman. It kind of has a Game of Thrones vibe to it. And then the back cover says, "To war, my love." So this tells you a little bit about Olivia Rose Darling. She almost looks fayish like in this picture. So this kind of has like a fantasy vibe to it. Now, the other thing that happened this month is I spent a lot of time reading because some of you know that I've been doing book clubs here. So what happened was one of the books they selected is Rose and Chains by Julie Soto. I tell you, I had such a terrible, terrible time with that book. That first part of that book was terrible. I never ever think I will read another book by Julie Soto as long as I shall live again. Julie Soto wrote this book called Rose and Chains. First of all, it is a romantasy. It's a lovers to enemy. I should have read the trigger warnings, but what was done to Brioni in that first part of the book was terrible. I mean, here she is. She gets sterilized. She gets sold off into slavery. Her brother and father have died. She loses her throne. She basically gets sold to her enemy, Tovan, who is Draco Malfoy. Brioni is Hermione. I mean, this book was so brutal to read. I could not do it. I mean, why on earth would you write a book like this? First of all, I blame the publisher. I'm like, where was the thing? First of all, I don't have a problem with dark romantasy. Hell, I like dark, but this was way too dark for even me to read. I could not read that book in good conscience. I don't know why they would write such an awful book. To me, that's just, I had to DNF it. I read 121 pages straight. I had a hard time with it. I could not do it anymore. I just DNF'd it. So that is that one. Now on to my next two books. I finally got my subscription issue and the special 10-year anniversary issue. Now you can buy the 10-year anniversary edition, but if you're a subscriber, you get it as part of your subscription. So that was the bonus last month. So I finally got the Small World Special by Alex Oxton. So this is the one. I'm now looking forward to the Wednesday one, but this is what I got in this one. I really think these are cute. These are really cute. I don't know if this is for me personally, but that 10-year anniversary one is what I really wanted. So when I didn't get them last month, I waited and waited until I think after they said wait until the 31st. If you don't get it by the 31st, then you go. Like if you don't get your subscription by the end of the month, then you contact them and they'll send you a new one. So that's cute. I like the little sandcastle. Oh, I like that. That's cute. I like that because I'm a bookworm, so that's nice. You know, now that I'm looking at this again, this has some really nice little things in it. Just in a boat. I kind of see how I like these things in there. These are beautiful. I really, really like these. See, and then they have names and numbers on them. I mean, yeah, this is not a very big haul. So what am I reading right now? I am currently reading The Coven by Harper L. Woods. That is also for my fantasy book club. I am enjoying that really very much. It's very, very hot is the word, and spicy. It is very it is a really very hot read, if you know what I mean. Like, it is very, very smutty. I like this with the cupcakes. I love the unicorns flying over there. This one has something. When I look at this one, I think of Mr. Fogarty from R.J. Hampton's one. This one has some nice stuff in it. I may have been too hasty saying that I wasn't going to like Small Worlds. Oh, this is nice. And I love anything with dragons, witches, and vampires, just so you know. I am preferential to that. And I did love Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I thought it was an amazing book. I really did. Hello to the one person in the stream. How are you? So today I have brought out my pencils. And as of right now, I have, according to my records, I think this is the 40th page in there. That's nice. Now, this is the special issue. This is Color in Heaven presents the world's best coloring. This is 48 designs by the best design artist. I think it's four pictures per each artist in it. And so what they have is one celebrating the 10th, their most popular one, their favorite, and I think the cover of their book. Yeah, I know. I don't see you. I always miss you. Always seem to miss you. I just seem to happen to have some time. I was saying earlier in the stream, I have a hair appointment today at 3. So I got to leave the house by 2. I'm going for an interview tomorrow, possibly to get a new. This is so I can possibly get a new job. I'm hoping I get the job. It'll make me feel better if I get the job because I've been interviewing a lot last week on Zoom. That's why you didn't see me, because I had a lot of interviews last week on Zoom. I think they went well, but sometimes, you know, you could do a good interview and it's, thank you. I'm getting a haircut tonight, later today, and then I have an infusion appointment. They're giving me some new medicine because I think they said my C4 and C3 levels will also, they have to give me this medicine and I have to be in the infusion center every 2 weeks for it. So hopefully, you know, it's not as bad. 48 designs by the best coloring artist in the world. So this is 4 issues. This is the special issue that you get if you're a subscriber. And my copy didn't come last month, so thank you for that. So here's the 4. So this is 4 different artists. So you see this one. So who's this by? The first set is by Selena Fennec. So that's her new and exclusive design for this book. This is her favorite design. Yeah, no, Color in Heaven has some good magazines. This is her most popular design. See, I like that. I might buy this in digital, just because I might want to have a second copy of this. And then she says this is her cover design. So this was the Gothic special that she did. Now this is Anne Stokes. So you see that she's celebrating the 10th anniversary with the cake. And so she goes, this is the new and exclusive design. She goes, this is her favorite design. I could see how this would be her favorite design. I think this was actually on the cover of one of her coloring books a while back. This is her most popular design that everybody likes to color. And then she gets her cover design. I see the guys have decided to come and blow my leaves out. This is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is her new and exclusive design. I like that they tell you what is the new design, and then they give you some of them. This is her favorite design. I'm not a fan of this one, believe it or not, because it's very busy. But I've seen people do really amazing things with these pictures. This is her most popular one. This is Snow White and Alice in Wonderland, if I remember correctly. This is her Halloween special. I know. This is Kanuko Agusa. He does those animal books like Menode and Bonhe, Rhapsody in the Forest. You know, he does a lot. He did that little postcard book. That's his new and exclusive design. I actually like this design. This is his favorite design, which is the sea one. The only thing missing is a mermaid, but I guess you could draw a mermaid in there. Why is it whenever I stream, before I stream, it's really, really quiet, but whenever I stream, there's always noise in the background? This is his most popular design. I actually colored this one already in one of his books. So I could color this again if I wanted to. And then this is cover. This is Christine Karen. I love Christine Karen. I think the book is fabulous. And you know what's funny is I'm running out of pencils, and I'm starting to add Prismas and Holbeins to my list of pencils I have to get. But I won't be able to get anything till after probably January or February as far as new supplies go, because now someone says, well, why don't you just put them on the credit card? But the thing is, I'm trying to pay off my credit card. So this is their favorite. This is Christine Karen's favorite design, which is all the hair. You know how when we have hair, you know, this kind of reminds me of how I feel when I have to do my hair. This is her most popular design. Which one is this one? She says this has been a bestseller in her Etsy shop. I know this is grayscale. Now, normally I would color this in marker, but because I'm going to use this book as pencil, I might just buy another copy of this in digital format, and I'll tell you why. If they sell this in digital format, I might buy it in digital format. That way I can print out the pages and color them in markers, the ones I want to color them. And then she goes, this is the cover of the Woodland Fairy special. This one is a pretty one. This one is Jana Prasvamina, and she does fairies, and she has a lot of stuff on Etsy. She has a lot of coloring books on Amazon. So I call her the fairy lady. She does mostly fairies, but she sometimes does other stuff. So see, and I like that she did a steampunk pirate. This is her most popular design. I've seen this. I've actually done this picture. So, fairy special cover. Oh, this is Sarah Richter. She does all that Gothic art, that Halloween art that I like. I call it Gothic art because if you see here, she made some of this very dark. And so it has images of like a grayscale. This one I've done before. This was from Queen of the Night. This is her favorite design, she says, which I find interesting. This is her most popular one, which is the dragon sitting on the baby dragon sitting on the skulls. That's her cover design. Maud Lemoyne, her new and exclusive design. I love this very, very much. I was thinking of making this part of the coloring today. possibly, but that's really, I just like this one so much. I might save this for a Halloween one. Then this is her favorite design. Wonder Woman has some pretty ones. This is her most popular design, which I can see that. You could do a lot of different colors in it, like make it rainbow. Then you have the cover. Oh, Enes Guerrero split ones. Now, Enes Guerrero became famous because she did Color in Heaven. Remember when she first premiered, everybody did this one picture and it was like gangbusters? So I really like that. I love this one. She goes, this is her favorite design, which I found out that this is her favorite one because I think she goes, this is her most popular one. Everybody loves this one. I thought it would be the other one, the one that she first debuted in. This is the cover. Oh, here's Doria Kakosoy. Here's the 10-year Color in Heaven anniversary picture. And this is the new and exclusive design. This is her favorite design. I think this was the cover of one of her books. And it's one of the best sellers on her Etsy store. A lot of the artists here have Etsy stores or they have their own stores. Like, this is her most popular design, which I kind of like this one. I might do this one instead. I'm thinking I want to do this one. This is the one I want to do, number 39. 39 is nice. This is the cover design. That's from Little Cuties. This is another artist that I haven't really gotten around to. This is Yuriko Shiro. She did a book called Dark Dolls magazine. I haven't touched that. Kind of like iffy about the book. It's not that I don't like it. It's just a little too dark for me, I think. And here's another one. She goes, this is her favorite design. It's kind of cute in a way. It's a little gothic. This is her most popular design, she says. Kind of like, that's a little gothic for me. And then this is the cover. Yeah, it's Dark Doll Special. But I always say don't judge a book by its cover. This is Anna Marine. This is the new and exclusive design. So you got this one, another Anne Marine. This is kind of like a Halloween one. You can kind of do this for Halloween. I think she was in the Bad Girls Halloween special. And then you got this one. And like kind of like these last pages are kind of like in tune for the last time. And then we got this one. I really love that one. Gothic Pinups special. Yeah. She was also in Gothic Pinups, so that's that one. And that's the end of that book. So that was that one. So I'm thinking this one possibly. Hold on. Let me just move these to my little room. So let's decide what we want to color today, Marie. So this is the Color in Heaven. This is her most popular design. This is by Doria Kakosoy. That's that one. Then we have this summer picture also, I think, by Doria Kakosoy. That's not grayscale. So you could do that one. We have Magical Fairies by Marjorie Sarnat. So that's that one. I know, it comes out so light. Oh, I think I need more light in this house. Hold on. There's a way to get more light. I normally don't open up the windows because it makes the house so dark. I'm getting natural light in here. I want natural light. If I can get as much natural light as I can and save on the electric bill. You know? So, and this is Mordell Rubio's mascara. I've colored a lot in this book, actually. I haven't decided if I'm keeping it or not. I think I will keep it, maybe because it's so rare and hard to get it. So you have this one by Mordell. This one is Magical Fairies by Marjorie Sarnat. So that's Marjorie Sarnat. This is the Summer 2025 coloring book. So which one should we color today? The new color in heaven, because if we color that, then that becomes a color your hoard book. Number one is the new color in heaven, top 40. Which one? Kim, which one? The Doria Kakwasoy one? The girl with the heart mug. Hi, Kim. The fairy book or the Mordell Rubio book? We have 4 pictures. So I'm going to label them number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So which book, ladies and gentlemen, will we be coloring in today? Number 3. Kim wants number 3. Miss Beans, what do you want? 3. So 1, 2, 3. So you guys want the fairy book. Okay. I am not opposed to coloring in the fairy book. Just means I have to bring out a set of pins. Hi, Oh, you missed the pretty book I had shown in the dragon book, but I was talking about this Rose and Chains book, which was absolutely awful. I have to get my pens. So you guys want the fairy book, but I was talking about this awful, awful book that we were reading. It was like the worst book I read all year long. Kim, it was called Rose and Chains. Terrible, terrible book. So now we'll do our fairy book. So I know M Beans never first time M Beans is here on this stream. So I added to talk about the books because I'm starting to get back into reading them again. I wish I could make this go down farther. So what I'm thinking about doing is the hair first. I want to make her brown or blonde. I'm thinking if I make her blonde, it's much easier. And today I have the polychromos out, which I almost don't use anymore. Certain pencils I've stopped using because number 1, I don't have repeats of them. Number 2, my budget has gone down incredibly. I don't have Lorraine. I can't afford Lorraine right now. I saw the preview of it. It's beautiful. Lorraine is beautiful. For those of us who don't know, M Beans Nicholas Filbert has a new coloring book out, but it's almost like $100. It's a beautiful book, but I'm going to say this right now. I can't afford that book. There are a lot of books I want, but I can't afford. And plus, don't the thing too is right now I'm now after the two coloring book having books and the next one that come in, I'm at 500 books. So right now I'm at my limit. That's still over my price limit. I won't go more than 50. My Clara Makova was that much money. And as you guys see, I brought out my gel pens from Color It. I won't go more than $50 for a book. I have to really, really want the book. I think Lorraine is beautiful. I just don't think it's the right time for me. Plus, I'm at my book limit. The only thing that I am getting right now, coloring wise, on my Coloring Heavens, I have to finish some books, so hence the top 15, and I've only finished one of my top 15 this year. I might finish maybe 2 more this year if I'm lucky. With my yellow. I have a limit on to what I can spend. You know what I mean? Plus, right now I'm not working, Kim, as much as I should be, and the problem is I want to pay down my credit card debt. So that is also altering my decision when I buy coloring books. Remember, I still have the new Johanna book coming out, and I'm going to put that one on hold, actually. There are things that I want to get, but I'm putting them on hold, until I finish some books. My shelves are really, really packed right now. I don't even have room anymore to have a shelf full of my pencils. Let's put it that way. And this is with me putting 2 tins of coloring books. What I did, I don't think people realize this, what I did with my Christmas and my Halloween books. See, but you see this over here, this little thing over here, the border? I'm going to have to do that either in fine liners or pens. That's okay. So, I try to find prices that are reasonable prices, and sometimes I find things in stores unexpectedly. So, and I find myself running out of Prismacolors, believe it or not. I have on my phone. How many of us do this with our phone? This one is, what is this? Light magenta. Now, I haven't done a Marjorie. I haven't done a Marjorie Sarnat picture in a really long time. So what I did with my Christmas books, what did I do with my Christmas books? What I did with my Christmas books is very, with my Christmas and my Halloween books, I put them into 2 tins, one for Christmas. I know, right? So it's not just me that uses them up fast. But here's the thing about the Prismacolors, Kim. I find that I can find them really easy here. I can't find them, I can find them at like Hobby Lobby, any like Michael's, Blix. I think Michael's and Hobby Lobby have them. Do you know that Michael's also has diamond paintings now? I'm gonna make this green, and then I'm gonna make this blue. I'm gonna make this green. So what I try to do is use other pencils, like some of my cheaper brands. This is leaf green. So, I try to use things like Crayolas, my King Arts first, and my Colors. But when I'm on stream, I use the high. When I'm on live stream like I am now, I will use my more expensive, budget-friendly, my more expensive pencils. So you guys get that. See, I'm doing my center first. So once our fairy is done, this actually might be longer than I thought it was going to be, because this is leaf green. These are my polys. For skin tones, I prefer my Prismas and my Black Widows. Honest to God, yeah, I do. Middle Phthalo blue. Here's the thing with the Prismas is that they're thin pencils. They're very thin. And so what happens is you can color straight with them, but there is a learning curve. And there's some very good budget-friendly pencils out there, like the Colors are very budget-friendly. They're very nice. Black Widows are an option. If I had to tell anybody, if you need budget-friendly pencils, someone asked me, what would you use? And I said simply, I would use, if I was doing a budget-friendly pencil, I would use probably those Finding the Lost Girl pencils I got. If you can find them, Colors and Black Widows. Those are very good pencils. And if you have nothing else, Crayolas. Don't diss Crayolas, because there are a lot of people in our community that color with Crayolas, and they do a beautiful. I never had So colors, so I can't rate on them. I still have my deli pencils, but you can't get those anymore. So if and when I use those up, that's it. They're gone forever. I think a lot of people diss them because we think of them as a child pencils. And I'm going to say this, quite honestly, they're not bad, Crayolas. They're not. They're very pigmented, actually. A lot of people I know go, oh, they're not that good. I don't like them. But, a lot of people, our first pencils we get as children are Crayolas. We don't get Crayolas, then we get those rose-colored ones. A lot of people forget that. To me, I love Creative Haven. This is the Creative Haven, and this is this book. These books are like about $6 or less. Sometimes $8 or $9 now. They used to be $6, but now because prices have gone up, they're $8. So where's my white pencil? I always do white as my base. Don't diss me. Look, Gracie has a tiny Prisma. So what I do is I put the white down. Okay, this is where I'm going to do her skin. That wasn't supposed to be white. Oh, well. Okay, so that's the first thing I do is I put down my whites. As you guys can see, I was going through my pencils and I don't have this color. So I have to get that next time I go on a trip. Anytime I go on a trip and I can get a couple of colors I need from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I do so. This is cream. So I've made a list in my phone of what I need. If you don't see it replaced, that means I don't have it. If it's really small and you don't see a big one like this, that means I don't have a duplicate and I have to go out and buy the duplicate. So someone asked me which is the best place to buy your supplies. Well, if you can true. But I have found some people that make it work despite pencils. Like one book that I love, and it's worked for all my pencils, is Serene by Nicholas Philbert. Now, that is a coloring book. All my pencils have worked in that. Every single pencil brand that you can think of. There have been some pencils that I have not liked over the years. There have been a few. I'll give you my opinion right now. I don't know what pink it is because it's been so eroded. I think this is like a deco pink. We do a fairy. Paper can make a big difference. Pencil works very well in these. Marker works fairly well in these as well. But here's the thing with markers. If you do markers, put a piece of paper behind them. I cannot stress, put more than one piece of paper behind. I would suggest if you have very thin paper, put about 3 or 4 pages behind it. If you have thicker paper like a cardstock, 2. The thing is, once you put marker in a book, your book smells like alcohol. And sometimes it gives a very strong scent, and sometimes they yellow. So the paper makes all the difference in the world. Seashell pink. Sometimes I get to go to a Hobby Lobby. I know, right? Yeah. So now I will do the final one. Don't worry about my peach. I have a few pencils left of this. See, we're doing the fairy first, and then we're going to do her this thing here. I'm not really sure. This is like all hearts. This looks like it's shaped like all hearts around it. Some would argue this is the blender color. Someone asked me why I don't really use my blenders all that much. You know, the only blender that I've ever really liked is the ones from Luminance. There were these two pencils, and I didn't know for the longest time what they were. And then someone told me, oh, those are blender pencils. So I was like, oh. So you see this? How it's come out like this. So now let's do the wings, or the big flower there. Now what I want to do is a little purple in here with the light gray, light purplish gray. Yeah, this is called grayed lavender. I want to try and keep everything universal. So later today, I have some of you know this about me. Now for a long time I've had, for a while I had health issues, and then last week, I got very busy last week, and it wasn't even intentional that I got that busy. Just happened to happen. This is called hot pink. See, these are the wings. This, I think, definitely is going to be a two-parter. If we don't finish it today on stream, I'll put it. But I definitely want to get the rings done. But you see what I do here? Is I make the colors work. I want to keep everything in her wings the same because it'll look nicer. See, this is what happens when you press too hard with your pencil. And you see this mat, it sharpens your pencils really long. Now, if you go with the swordfish, it's really tiny. But I'm having some problems with the swordfish recently. I don't know what's going on with it. But sometimes the hand cranks don't work very well, so then you have to go with the smaller pencil sharpeners. But it also depends on what kind of point I want. And my mother had a friend coming over, and so then I had to do a big cleanup of my room because I had things all over the place. So what did I do? I put everything away on shelves and tried to make them work until I couldn't, Now, if I was using markers, I couldn't really blend. Maybe I could blend the skin tones, but that's about my limit with markers because that's what I know. I did buy a new set of markers last month during Prime Day, and already some of them already have run out. Like some of the skin tones are already running out in that set, so I'm okay with that, you know. I bought them because they were like only $18, so you know that would have been 3 Copic markers or 3 Copic refills. Thing is, sometimes I run into problems and things are like, I'm like, what do you mean that I can't have this, I can't have that? Your markers are not here. Well, they run out of colors for you, so you're like, ah. So, you know, to me, I like the Color in Heavens because the paper is nice. This is Creative Haven, it's not Color in Heaven. So people get that confused. Now, here's the thing about Creative Haven. They have such a wide, vast array of books, and their paper is very good. Now, I'm thinking a light peach for the inside of the rings. And unfortunately, my fine liners are all the way at the top of my closet, so I'm not going to do that because I have to get the stairs, and then it's very good. Now, when you get into some of the other paper, not all paper is created the same. Like I have two print Nori art books that she's an Etsy seller. I forget where I bought it. It was the same place that was selling Jade Summer books when she was having her issue over on Amazon. Just looking to see if I need any leaves. Here I need some leaves. So I'm going to do some light work. Oh, I think it has a nice color, but I don't have the set out here. But I love the set anyway. I have the color in my other set, but I'm going to use a Holbein for the inside of the wing. This is my Prismacolor color. This is my Holbeins. Cherry Blossom. This color is called Cherry Blossom. It's like a pink, but it's like a light pink. I love these, but these have gone up so much in price because they're Japanese. So, of course, now I can't buy them cheap. Kim, if you ever get a chance to get them, get them. Even if it's a small set of 12. They are so worth the money. Just so you have an idea, the one that I'm using here, this one I've run out of. I don't even have duplicates for this one. Anything that you see that's like that, I either haven't gotten around to replacing it or I don't have the replacement for it. See up to here? everything up to here, everything from here on is a duplicate. So that tells you just how much work it is to get a full set. And when I bought the full set a few years ago, I was very lucky. I had a lot of gift cards to understand that. And I know I'm lucky and fortunate enough that I had these. No, if someone hadn't given me my first set of the pastel ones, I never would have been interested in them. But I'm glad I have them because I can do things that I normally wouldn't be able to do. Hold on, let me see something. My phone keeps binging. No, that might be something for work. Sorry, guys, that was just the phone people being annoying and telling me and my mother that the bill is ready. You know, when you do real life, things happen in real life that are beyond your control. There's only certain things I control. You know, once I started accepting that there were things that I cannot control everything in my life, things got a lot better for me. I am so happy, though, that the stuff came finally that I had been waiting on, like my Color in Heaven magazine. Well, I'm thinking that these things have to be green. But I tell you, the things that are really, really beautiful about the Holbeins is that the colors are very, very vibrant, and you don't even have to press hard on them to get them to be vibrant. This one is Summer Green. What I like about the Afmat is that it gives my thicker pencils. You know, when I do the Swordfish, it doesn't do my thick pencils very well, like nothing like my Luminance or my rounder pencils. It doesn't do well, but it does well on my thinner pencils. And what I mean by thinner pencils is things like this, by like there definitely will be a part 2 for this. I'm really ecstatic that My 2 color in heavens came in. But I was so angry, Kim. You probably didn't hear in the beginning. I read this book called Rose and Shades. Now, I knew when I read it that it was meant to be a Draco Hermione fan fiction. Now, turned into a novel. I tell you, it was like one of the worst things I read. You know, saying something because I've read a lot of books and this book had me upset. I only read 121 pages. I could not for the life of me. For the life of me, read a book like that. No, I think I'm going to make this all green. Just keep the color scheme kind of the same. This is called Summer Green, and this is OP 245 on the Holbein scale. You know, I should write which pencils I write. What do you mean your doggy controls everything? I think this does require a part 2. Oh my god. Sorry, I guess I know that when we do this, we're either doing this, the border, in gel pen, or fine line, or maybe both. Very happy you 2 ladies showed up. Oh wow, now we have 6 of you. Wow, hello to the other people. What kind of breed is he? If he's 90 pounds, if you don't mind me asking, is he Pyrenees Lab? Oh my god, that's a huge one. Chesapeake Bays are just huge, beautiful dogs. So he must be a gorgeous dog. Or a handsome dog. What is your dog's name, Kim? I did something a little bit different today. Like I chose a picture that is very different for us. Ozzy? Oh God, that's funny, Kim, because my brother's dog is named Oz. Some of you may have known him. This is Mr. Oz. He is 40 pounds of pure muscle. This is my brother's dog, 40 pounds of pure muscle. The most prettiest little boy. He is a loving boy. Very strong little boy. But I tell you, my brother's dog snores so much. And when he snores like an old man. But sometimes I think the dog may be part cat because the way he acts is like almost cat-like. Then I'm thinking red. I'm really surprised you guys picked this one, but I'm glad you picked this one because this one is a little bit more on the detailed side. And we really enjoy when I color detailed pictures. But I really do love the Color in Heaven summer issues. I really have loved their seasonal magazines. I may get their autumn one if they come out with a flip through. I have to see the flip through. I don't automatically buy them all the seasonal ones or all the ones that drop. I only buy ones that I'm really, really interested in, and I'm hoping I can finish another book or two from the top 15 because I'm down to 14 in that list. I know there's a lot of colors in this, believe it or not. A lot of leaves. Now, I know some people are like, oh, I hate leaves. You know who has a lot of leaves in their books is Johanna Basford. Oh, let me see your doggy. Oh, that is a nice dog. Oh my God, everybody, can I show them the picture that you just said? This is him. So if you guys want to see what my bookshelf looks like, this is kind of what my bookshelf looks like. This is ever changing, but you guys didn't really realize that I have another shelf. And this is the shelf as it stands now, my bookshelf. So this is all the reading books. The bottom four binders are the pink, the green, the blue, and the dark blue, are all where I keep all my PDFs. The pink one, however, is the one where I keep all the finished pages, all the charts and things like that. So that's really more of an organizer book. So you guys kind of understand that that's an organizer book. That's my reading bookshelf. That's not my coloring shelf. Oh, I see what she did here. See? I like that. But the bookshelf is ever changing because sometimes I read books and then I'm like, I don't really like this. This book is terrible. Why is it so badly written? Or something, If they're badly written, I most of the time, except for that new book. Oh my God, that Julie Soto book was so badly written, guys. There is no way on earth I can recommend that book ever to anybody. I wouldn't even saddle Rose and Chains. It was so brutal to read that book. I mean, there are mentions, they sterilized the main female characters. They sell her off into slavery to her enemy. Hold on, let me check again. Kim always sends me the stuff, guys, so the camera. You go to Instagram. You sent me two photos. This one. So I like that eventually, but I'm hoping I get a job, Kim. I'm going on an interview tomorrow. So later today, I'm getting a haircut. I've already dyed my hair today. So I'm hoping I get a, what is it called? A nice haircut so I can look good. I dyed my hair because I had a lot of gray in it. I can't go to the interview looking old when your hair looks a little gray. Yeah, my hair has started going gray, so I've started dyeing it for about a year now. Just so you guys kind of understand. I didn't really want to dye it. So then there's orange. Carnation. I see hearts, I think pink, green. You don't have to make leaves look green, all of them. Oh, I like that. Which book is that from, Kim? Oh, those are nice. What book is that from? What books are these from? These are nice. What book is that from? I'm not sure if I have those, but I might have those. I have to look. So what I did to make more room in my house is yeah, I know. I might have that actually. I'm not sure, but because I have so many books now, it's almost impossible to tell what I have until I free up some room. Thing for me is I have to pay off my credit cards. I already paid off 2 this year, so I brought my credit cards down from 7 cards to 5 cards. Someone asked me when I'm done paying off my credit cards, what am I going to do? I'm only going to keep 3. I have made that decision. I'm going to keep my Chase card. I'm keeping my Best Buy card. And I'm probably going to keep my Macy's card. Every other card I'm not keeping. This isn't a personal thing that I hate them. I don't like them. Better to have a little credit than no credit. I have a logbook, so I know what I have. I have everything on Excel sheets. And this is peacock green. Oh, I see another flower that I have to put the little purple in. Hot pink. I kind of like the colors I chose on this. We've made our colors look really vibrant. I did watch on Wednesday. I watched the first episode. I am not caught up in my soap opera General Hospital, so please don't bother me. I still got to get through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and yesterday's episode. I will probably be missing my thing because I got to do that. What is this color? This color is called Fresh Green. Sometimes you get colors that are just like, you're like, what are these colors? Sometimes I like to see what the color looks like. But someone asked me, well, what are you going to do when you don't have those credit cards to pay for things? Well, you know what? Then so be it. I'd rather just pay for things outright. Now, this is called Carmine Red. Sometimes I see something and I'm like, I have to color it in the picture. These are my Prismas. So I need the hot pink. And we need the purple. No, we need the gray lavender. So we keep things looking kind of uniform. Didn't realize there were more of these purple little flowers. These little flowers here. This is probably. I'm looking to see if there's any more flowers like that. Now this is pink. This is hot pink. I definitely think we're going to have to do a part 2. I think there's going to be a part 2 of this, yeah. Going to have to eat lunch soon. Sometimes when a picture gets finished, I'm like always like a little surprised. I think it's really important to have colors you like to use and pencils you like. I always say use pencils that you like. Don't let anybody else tell you, oh, you shouldn't use them this way. You shouldn't do this that way. I get so many, sometimes I used to get so many negative comments in a video. Oh, you color wrong. You have awful coloring skills. Oh, your pictures are awful. I'm like, I don't listen to those comments because, I mean, they're entitled to their opinions, but I'm like, you don't degrade someone else's work just because you don't like what they did. But, I think part of coloring is also experimenting. No problem. We're almost going to be done soon anyway, so there's definitely going to be a part two for this image. I'm going to have to make a part two. Probably next week sometime. Hopefully I get to do a next week stream. I think it's if I start something on screen. Bye, Kim. Now I'm thinking a nice red would look good on that. I'm going to miss Kim. I love Kim so much. That's them just confirming the interview. Then I'm going to do this red thing in here. I love doing fairies. I just haven't done one in a really long time. So even if we don't finish this on camera, hopefully I'll get to do some more work in it. So I hope everybody has liked that. I think this is when we're going to end today because my hand is starting to hurt. So I also pushed myself. I also have learned before we say goodbye that I don't want to push my hand anymore so we could color. So once my hand starts to hurt a little bit, then I stop. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully, if I don't do this on camera, there'll be another picture, probably one of those beautiful color in heavens that I like so much. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead or weekend. Have a happy morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what your time zone is. Where I am now, it's afternoon. So I hope everybody has a beautiful, beautiful week ahead of them. Bye, everybody.